Oh, good morning, Dan. Did I hear you request a WorkFlowy user group welcome video? A little early in the morning for that, but okay. Let me see if I can get some coffee in me. Okay. Okay, decided to make myself a little more presentable, hopefully, slightly. Oh, sorry, playing with the software. So you guys who have been on here for a while know the drill, but for you new users, Slack group for WorkFlowy users is super helpful. Really have been cultivating a comfortable, relaxed, but helpful community here. All of us have for years now. Again, huge shout out to Bird2920, Richard, who started the WorkFlowy user group. That's been so helpful now to 2,071 of us. Thanks, Richard, for putting this together, making this possible. It's been a great platform. So a rundown of a couple of fairly flexible rules that we all try and work together to abide by, just to make it a little more organized. Number one, over here on the left-hand side, you'll see that there's several channels that I've joined, and there's even more if you browse all channels. You can join the ones that are of interest to you for topics that you're interested in. Also, over here on the left, while we're there are direct messages, so you can just personally message specific people on the group by coming over here and adding a direct message to somebody. Or if a question or comment that you want to make is of general interest, of course, you can always throw it on the general tab if it's generally WorkFlowy related. If it's completely not WorkFlowy related, people throw jokes, videos, commentary about sea monkeys, or whatever. People throw a bunch of stuff on random, and that's just more conversational and humorous and that kind of stuff. As far as how we interact on the group, one particular thing that we try to do is keep conversations in threads. So here, Frank G. of New York, New York has made a comment that I agree with and want to say something about. So instead of posting the message to general, I come over here and there's a little reply in thread, and on iOS and Android there's something similar, but you can just pull up a little menu and reply in thread. At Frank G. You just click on that, and now Frank knows I'm talking to him in particular. He might realize that because I'm responding to a comment that he made. So if you reply in thread and keep threads going on a particular topic, generally speaking, because we're a bunch of rogue writers, we tend to stray far afield of the original topic on a thread sometimes. Not that I do that, but others do, I hear. One other thing is up here at the top left, you will see this little push pin with a number beside it. If you click on that, there are a few things that have been pinned that someone on the group decided would be particularly helpful to the group as a whole as a saved resource for this WorkFlowy user group in particular. These are not things that you personally find interesting. That's not the goal for pinned items. I don't think I'm making up this rule, to be honest. There's no set rule anyplace on the board. Just in general, what tends to be there is something that's a resource or a group of comments that is currently of general interest. If you have something that you think that you personally would find interesting and just want to kind of collect resources or things people have said, you can hover over a post. I'll zoom in here. Hover over a post, and I'll move out of the way. there's a little banner. You can save that, and you can create a collection of saved items. So that is something for more personal use. One thing to realize about this group is because it is a free Slack group and we don't all have memberships, which would cost an enormous amount of money, there is a limit to the resource usage on this Slack group. So videos and media that's older will get displaced when someone puts on a video or puts on media. It displaces the oldest media. So if there's something that you really find interesting and it's media based, you're going to want to, and if you want to save it, you're going to want to save it in some other format. You can somehow get it onto your computer, save the video, go to YouTube, save the video or whatever it is, or take a screenshot and store it elsewhere in WorkFlowy or on your computer files, because eventually it will go away. So don't think that, oh, that's a great video, I'll click the banner and save that and I'll always have access to it, because it will go away within a few months probably. So again, this is a community that is non-toxic for the most part. Every once in a while I get a little bit toxic. If Jesse starts to mess around with something I don't like, what am I supposed to do? You know, I get a little panicked when the drop down menu switches sides on me and I don't know what to do. So to new members, just jump into the conversation. There's not really any stupid question. If there is a stupid question, I've probably already asked it 5 or 6 times and forgotten the answer over and over again. So don't feel like there's some protocol or that you have to, read 1,000 posts before you're free to ask a question. Ask a question, make a comment, jump into the conversation, contribute. We're all here to learn together. All right, I think that might be good enough for an early morning WorkFlowy user group welcome message. Cheers. Get yourself some coffee. I think it's about time for breakfast.
I'm invisible. Now am I invisible? Can you see any part of me? Yeah, your hair.